Tennessee Titans fans, I've got to give my thoughts on some unexpected news on the injury report that came out today. Will Levis, questionable to play in this game on Sunday against the Bills with a right shoulder injury. That is the shoulder that he hurt in the Monday night game against the Dolphins. And he was a full participant in practice on Thursday, limited today, and now he's questionable. Didn't see that coming. L'Jarius Sneed also questionable. Figured that was going to be the case. Keandre Coburn out. Traylon Burks out. Tyjae Spears out as well. That was all stuff that we kind of expected. But Will Levis, questionable. Didn't see that coming. He may not play. You know, it may be Mason Rudolph, and for all of you who have said that Mason Rudolph is good and should get the keys to the car and be able to just do whatever he wants, you might get your wish on Sunday in less than ideal circumstances, because I don't think the Titans have a good shot of beating the Bills. I don't care who plays quarterback. Rudolph might give him a better chance, but not significantly better, in my opinion. I'm not sure what's going on with Will's shoulder. I don't know if he re-injured it in practice on Thursday. Potentially, some people are complaining about Brian Callahan and the staff's injury management, that maybe Will Levis shouldn't have played against the Colts. Some people believe Will Levis should not have been a full participant in practice on Thursday. I don't know. I'm not going to get into all that, but Will Levis in Buffalo against the Bills in that stadium with that fan base and that secondary, I didn't feel good about Will in this game. Rudolph, being a veteran, could probably do a little better. And maybe Will will play. I don't know. I mean, he might give it a go, but something seems weird about it. I don't know. I had that thought. I had that thought when I saw the official news that Will was questionable. It was like, I wonder if Brian Callahan, knowing he's a first-time head coach, 1-4 on the road in a tough game, if he was just like, hey, let's rehab that shoulder a little more. I think we need to rest that arm a little bit. It just makes you wonder. I'm not a conspiracy theorist or anything. I'm not superstitious, but I am a little stitious. If the Titans had a 10% chance of winning this game with Will Levis, I'll give them a 15% chance to win the game with Mason Rudolph. Again, I don't know how likely it is. I'm honestly more worried about L'Jarius Sneed. I know L'Jarius Sneed was not good on Sunday against the Colts, but if he don't play, I don't see any path to victory at all, because the other option is Trey Avery. So I'm a little more concerned about that. Titans are going to have to run the ball a lot either way. Whether it's Levis or Rudolph, the Titans are going to have to run the ball like crazy. Where have you heard that before? That's like our live and die by it. Tony Pollard's going to get a lot of carries, whoever the quarterback is, because, that's what we do best, and Buffalo's secondary is really good, and I don't want to test them at all. So look for Tony Pollard to potentially have a big game. If you've got Tony Pollard on your fantasy team, you might want to start him, because he's going to get probably a lot of carries, especially with Spears being out. Tavondre, what is he doing? My dog found a huge tree branch. I'm a little worried about the defensive line with Keandre Coburn being out. Tavondre Sweat was injured some this week, but it looks like he's going to give it a go. Jeffrey Simmons has been in and out of the lineup so far this season. So a little concerned about defensive line. Hopefully Sweat and Simmons can make it through the game healthy. Very worried about the secondary if Sneed can't go with the Woozier already out. But quarterback-wise, I think it's the same game plan no matter who starts. It doesn't matter whether it's Levis or Rudolph. I think the game plan's the same either way. Hand it off, and hope that your defense can make a stand enough to hold the Bills to, not a whole lot of points. It's boring, it's conservative, but that's the way the Titans are going to have to do it because I don't think we currently have a starting NFL quarterback on the roster. So, Will Levis, questionable. What do you guys think? Who do you want to see? Do you think the Titans should just give Rudolph a try? And better yet, what happens, hear me out, what happens if the Titans start Mason Rudolph and win this game? Can you imagine? Now, I don't think it's going to happen. I'm swatting at a fly. I don't think it's going to happen, but can you imagine the conversation that we would be having Monday morning if the Titans start Mason Rudolph and win at Buffalo? That would be eventful. Again, I don't think that's going to happen. Whoever starts quarterback, I don't think the Titans have a good chance of winning this game. But like I said, Rudolph probably gives them a slightly better chance. I said this on the podcast today, and I want to see what you think about it. I was thinking the other day, what would the Titans' record be if Mason Rudolph had started all year? From week 1 till now, if Mason Rudolph had been the starter. Now, it's hypothetical. Of course, there's no way to know for sure. But I feel like if you put Mason Rudolph in at halftime of the Chicago game, I think the Titans win that game. I think the Titans win that game. I think the Titans beat the Colts on Sunday with Mason Rudolph. And I know they would have beaten the Dolphins with Mason Rudolph because they did beat the Dolphins. So I think at worst the Titans would be 3-2 right now with Mason Rudolph. Now, they haven't really gotten to the tough part of the schedule with the Bills and the Lions and then Houston and the Chargers and all of those teams that are coming down the line. But I think the Titans would be at least 3-2 with Mason Rudolph right now. And we'd be feeling a lot better about the season. But, I get why, you have to go with Levis and see what you've got. And we've seen it. And now he's hurt. So, of course, there are questions about whether they rushed him back. I don't know. But Will Levis has a chance to not play on Sunday. And this whole thing just got a whole lot more interesting because I don't know. My dog's pooping over here. I'm not going to make you watch that, but hopefully that's not an omen. Hopefully that's not an omen of what's coming on, come here, bud. Yeah. Hopefully that's not an omen of what is to come on Sunday with the Titans, that poo-poo that just came out of his butt. See you guys soon.